Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your July monthly forecast for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, I'd be delighted if you would subscribe or click on the like button. Also, if you want to download your free natal horoscope, see the link beneath this video and discover all your natal positions. Of course, if you want your 12-month forecast and character analysis and get 30% off with my special offer, please also see that link. And finally, if you want to sign up for your free daily horoscope, which will go through to your device each and every morning, please also see that link too. But that brings us to this month. So what does July hold in store? Hello Leo, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for July. The month begins with the Sun in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is about protection, it's about nurture, it's an emotional influence, it's governed by the moon. And you could find yourself feeling really nostalgic for people from your past, or maybe you're processing some sadness about any kind of situation which hasn't worked out quite as you would like. This month is a month of dichotomies. There's some absolutely incredibly positive energies, but there are some more jarring ones. And the jarring ones do to some degree come at the start of the month. There's a quarter moon on the 2nd in your sister fire triplicity of Aries. That could mean that your emotions feel quite vivid in the first week. It may be that something you would ordinarily shrug off could get under your skin a little bit. But you know, with Venus and Mars in your sign, if you're wanting to draw new energy to you in a romantic context, it doesn't get much better. And they're going to be with you for the first 3 weeks of this month. It's just at the start of the month, they do get caught up in the square between Uranus and Saturn, which has dominated the heavens since the second week of January. So as much as you may want to be more individualistic and more single-minded, there may be someone pushing back. It could be that your professional situation is calling out to you and you're being asked to make some big decisions in that department of life. But you know, the first 10 days of this month also sees the Sun in a really positive link to Uranus. And it's possible that something linked to your past, an old skill, an old contact, an old way of working, experiences that you've garnered over a period of time, can be repackaged in a new, fresh and more dynamic way, which is coming through the energy of Uranus. So there is the potential to be setting plans in motion, even if it's behind the scenes for now, that can come out in a more positive and dynamic way from the 20th, when the Sun returns home to your sign, and then you really will start to stream forwards with a great deal of energy. It's also true to say that there is a new moon in the sign of Cancer on the 10th of the month, and this new moon gives you an opportunity to really tune into perhaps the more shadow side of your nature. You're someone who likes to be respected and admired, and with Venus and Mars in your sign, someone can definitely be absolutely bowled over by your innate attractiveness this month. So if you feel like giving yourself some kind of major makeover, it's a fine time to do it with Venus and Mars combining together. But your creative juices can also be sparked by that alliance. But the new moon does ask you to just stay aware of the more sensitive side of your nature. And then Mercury moves into the sign of Cancer on the 11th. So there could still be at the heart of this month a need just to clear up some loose ends and to focus on those more vulnerable parts of your situation. But from the 12th through to the 18th, the Sun does forge a gorgeous alliance with Neptune. If you're someone who has a real social conscience, you like to help those who are perhaps less fortunate than yourself, whether it is through some voluntary work, through a donation, It may be through freeing up some possessions from your home and giving them to a good cause, or in some way supporting someone who's not so lucky. Then the very kindly part of your nature, which is a big part of Leo people, can really be activated by the sun's compassionate link to Neptune across those days. Then on the 17th, there's a quarter moon in the sign of Libra, which occurs in your third house of everyday communication, but it's square into the sun still in the 12th. Through to when the sun transits into your sign on the 22nd, there is the potential for someone to be around you that might not keep a confidence. So keep your cards close to your chest. But the 22nd is a great day for you because not only does the sun move into your sign, and the sun governs the sign of Leo, and that's going to bring you into the present. Some of the anxieties that might come up with the sun and Mercury being in Cancer will make way, but also that very testing square between Saturn and Uranus comes to a close within 3 degrees. But also on the 22nd, Venus moves into your sector of everyday money. And I think there's every chance that what you've been working on creatively earlier in the month can almost render an immediate result. Your finances can improve on the 22nd in quite a significant way. Now on the 24th, there is a full moon in your opposite sign. This really suggests that someone you're interacting with may be a little bit miffed if you're being more single-minded about what you want to do for yourself. But with the sun and Mars in your sign, and obviously initially Venus has been there for much of the month, maybe they feel that you have been a little bit distracted, and they may just ask you to be more mindful of their needs. It could lead to a bit of a fracturing if a relationship has really been bumping along the bottom. But on the 28th, Jupiter rewinds out of your 8th house and into your 7th house of relating, and that's going to give you a lot of protection right through to the end of this year. It's just the last 3 days that Jupiter moves back into Pisces. But on the 28th, Mercury moves into Leo too. It is true on the 29th that Mars moves out of your sign and into Virgo, where it will join with Venus, but that just gives you even more desire to convert the talent and the flair and the creativity that you've been manifesting earlier in the month into something more tangible. So we could see this month as being one of transitions. It really is quite a paradox, having that reflective energy in Cancer, competing really with the very dazzling, charismatic combination of Venus and Mars in your own sign, suggests that if you're single, for example, you may be attracted to start a relationship with someone but keep it a little bit hush-hush to begin with. It may be that in a current relationship, you're starting to be more strident about asserting what you need, and that can create some tension, but it's a very important thing for you to do, and that can particularly happen at the start of this month. But also, I think you're going to start to feel so much better in yourself, and from the 22nd, when the sun returns to your sign, your physical vitality, your enthusiasm and your drive really motor forwards, and the last 10 days of this month can be a time when you're feeling much more energized, but also you can improve your financial situation, and even sensual engagement with someone can really step up in quite a positive way.